Hey everybody, this is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. Look at this beautiful fabric. I found a kimono and I guess it appears to be handmade. I mean, it's got machine stitching, but it doesn't look like something that was, well, it doesn't look like something that was mass produced. Maybe it was. I was just noticing these little stitches here. Anyway, the fabric is beautiful, and I'm planning to use it in a journal and then maybe make some packs with what is left over. And I'm wondering if it's a little too bright for what we're going to do, so let me put over the top of it something that's a little bit brighter. That's another piece of fabric I found recently. Now is this, I think this is better. I think a light background just makes it easier to see. This is an amazing book that I've been wanting to share with everybody. It's called What People Wore When, a complete illustrated history of costume from ancient times to the 19th century for every level of society. This was part of an art library, and they recently closed. Here we go, the Art Institute of Raleigh-Durham, and all of their books were, well, not all, I guess. Well, it may have been all. That part, I don't want to misspeak. Many of these art books were donated to the Scrap Exchange, and I purchased 5 books that I am just thrilled to have in my collection. This book is just amazing. I mean, it's got a lot in it. I've kind of just scanned the pages, but I'm sitting down this morning. Look at that. Look how beautiful. I'm going to just sit down and go through every page and just really enjoy this. And I won't show every page on here for a couple of reasons. I don't want to bore everyone to tears, and I also know that there's such a thing as copyright. So just, you can see, let's see how the book is set up. The Ancient World is the section we're in now. Let's go back to the grammar of costume, the elements of costume. So we've got the ancient world, the Roman Empire, Europe in the Middle Ages, Renaissance Europe, modern Europe, East and Southeast Asia, South Asia, Anatolia, Persia, and Central Asia, European regional dress, Africa, Oceania, and the Americas. Oh, I love it. So you can see here we're in the ancient world, and it talks about, as it mentioned, different sections of society. There's Diana, of course, the goddess of hunting. I know Diana was mentioned in the Bible. The goddess of hunting, Diana, wears a mantle with rounded edges that is probably linen, given the softness of the folds that she holds in her right hand. There's Diana. I thought that was right. Okay, she is holding some fabric. Unlike the Greeks, whose mantles were primarily rectangular, the Etruscans wore different shaped mantles that were created as they were woven. Their clothing was not shaped through cutting. Things like that. This book is full of information, and I'm definitely planning to keep this one in my collection. So from the ancient world, we get over here to the Roman Empire. Ah, look at that hair. Hood and pants. Gallic woman. She wears a simply cut ankle-length tunic beneath a hip-length one with very wide sleeves. Both garments appear to be unbelted, and she is barefoot. There's little difference between her hairstyle and that worn by the peasant in the image below. And I cannot imagine trying to work in sleeves like that. I have some blouses that have wide sleeves, and I mean, you can't do anything. You can't wash dishes, you can't wash your hands, and you can't roll them up because they won't stay cuffed. Oh, look at the images. Women's imperial dress, early royal dress. No, wait a minute. Let's go back. The men's imperial dress. Oh, okay. So at first I thought those were earrings. I glanced. I had to go back. So I guess that's something hanging from the crown. So more of the Roman Empire. And of course it's got, geographically speaking, so much information. It's, tells what's going on in the different sections of a country or a continent. Wow. So let's see, Europe in the Middle Ages. You can see we have armor. We have a section for England. More from England. Look at that. Just look at the headgear. France. That looks so religious. France. I know there's a section on Italy. Oh wow, that's no tights. Men don't need to be running around in short tops and tights. That's just my opinion, but France, Germany. Oh, Princess Leia. Look at that hair. Northern Europe. Oh, look at the long hair. 14th century. Okay, there's Italy. Isn't this book just amazing? Northern Europe. That reminds me of the pictures we see of King Henry VIII. And we're getting on into, okay, and you can see this just goes on and on. Oh, look at this. Women's collars and ruffs. Marie de Medici. Oh, 1611. That's when the King James Version of the Bible was put together. Look at the cartwheel ruff. Can you imagine wearing that? Look at that one, a triple ruff, multi-layered ruff. Oh, I just cannot imagine. Elizabeth I, a huge fan-shaped ruff. The heart-shaped head rail behind looks like a collar, but is in fact part of her headdress. Oh, interesting. That's an actual animal hanging around her neck. The plain ruff. In the 1590s, an English traveler commented on the plainness of Dutch dress, a view borne out by this soberly dressed Dutch widow. She wears a modest version of the plain white linen ruff characteristic of the Netherlands. And that is a creature hanging around her neck. Can you imagine? Look at the skirts. Wheel, Farthingale. So you can see here we go into Africa, Oceania, and the Americas. That's Algeria and Tunisia. Central Europe. There's Italy again, but we're in European regional dress. Switzerland. Germany and Austria. This is just so very interesting to me. Oh, Scotland. That's where my people are from. Most of them. And that's interesting. Oh, this is so interesting. I know the clans were banned at some points from even wearing their tartans because, of course, England ruled over them many times in history. And I believe my people came here because of that very thing. They wanted freedom from that. But it's interesting, King James, who did commission the Bible, he was a Scottish king. So he was King James, I should look it up again, like the 4th or 5th of Scotland, but he was King James the 1st of England. I believe they found themselves without a king. Anyway, look, this is just rich with information. Look at the Indian dress. Look at the beautiful fabrics. So this is the 1800s. Sri Lanka. There's more of India. So you can see what a treasure. There's more. There's India from the 16th through the 19th centuries. You can see what a treasure this book is. Absolutely fascinating. Ooh, look at Japan. Look at the clogs. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, wow. Well, thank goodness, by the time of this illustration, women were wearing Western makeup, not that part, and no longer shaved their eyebrows or blackened their teeth, as would have been done in the Edo period, 1615 to 1868. Oh, the little baby. It says her baby's kimono is layered for warmth, and he wears a squared cap. So beautiful. I forgot about that tradition where they blackened their teeth. So I am planning to make a Japanese journal for my son Joseph, who loves studying their culture. He is the one who took karate and loved it so much. So I'm going to stop. I don't want to do anything to infringe on copyright. This is a marvelous book. I don't know if it's still in print. This was actually printed in China, distributed in Canada by H.B. Finn and Company. St. Martin's Griffin, www.stmartins.com. Let's look and see when this was published. This was originally basically a $30 book. So it's not super, super expensive. There were some books there that were nearly $100 originally. So this was published in 2008. This is a really good reference to have around if anyone is interested in going out and looking for this book. The Grammar of Costume. Again, there's so much in here. I need to just sit down and soak this book up. And I will probably do that with a cup of coffee here in a little bit. I've been working the last few days, so it feels good just to rest a little bit. Thank you so much for stopping in and for watching, and I will see you soon. I have started the tutorial on the book with the art pages that are sewn in, and as soon as I can get that finished, that will be posted. I've had several requests for that, and I'm finishing up a custom order. I can't wait to show you that, and then hopefully I will have a few days to just play in the studio before I'm off to work again, which is also wonderful. So I will see you soon. Bye.